Hello, this is Jason Goble from Runa Resources. I'm here to show you today the business intelligence that we have with our system, the software that you'll be using to help determine which candidates to hire, which is not to hire in your employee engagement, and also how to develop your employees as well. We deal strictly with mainly Microsoft products. Every now and again, we do use Google products, but today we're going to show you the Power BI demonstration of how we go about creating reports and also how we go about reading the reports. So here I've already located the data source from Runa Resources template. Now that's just how we're going to use it today for the demonstration. And we are going to start off with the Runa resume analysis. So in here, this is a resume that just got done. It's actually my resume. But in here you can see that on the left hand side that there are a bunch of different types of things that came from the resume, and we've identified them as like management skills, soft skills, hard skills, certifications, education, companies they've worked for, so on and so forth. And then over on the right hand side you can be able to see like kind of a circle of the different types of things that they've done and the different types of areas that they're looking at. Now, the great part about this is that we can actually apply this to like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different candidates. So you actually can see them all kind of in the same screen and be able to do that. The great part about Power BI is that you can actually click on this and automatically consolidate it. So you could actually go through all the 4 or 5 different people and actually click on their education, be able to see exactly where they've gone to school, what certifications they have, when they went to school, and things like that. The other great thing is you can also click on experience. So here there's some of the hard skills that they have. He has QuickBooks experience, ERP, SQL, accounts payable, accounts receivable, and bank reconciliations. You can go up to here and go, oh, he has management experience. This person has done APAR, payroll, and HR departments, and supervised one person in each of those departments. So you can see exactly what the person has done and how they've done it. And it's really a great tool because you're able to see a lot of that. Now, we also have over here an overview tab that's not so condensed. So you can actually just read this just straight off of it. Again, we can have like different panes in terms of where each candidate is in each circle, so you actually can compare candidate to candidate through the circle and combine them. We can also combine them so you can actually can see candidate on top of candidates. So it's really great, really neat. One of the other things that we do is we use a lot of tools in terms of extracting out the data and analyzing the data. So in this case, we see that number one, or the first person, has a lot of accounting experience, a lot of APAR, and that type of experience, where Benjamin has more payroll experience than the first person, and then Brandon, and Scott have none experience in those areas. So again, you can have like 4 or 5 people, or you can have 100 people, and you can be able to streamline all of them down very quickly, very fast. The one down below is actually the employee score, and we'll come back to that here in a minute, how that's kind of factored in. And then over here, we look at the leadership styles. Well, number one has a really high score in terms of leadership style, and might be the best person for it if you're looking for management. Where Scott or Brett are also very good, but Benjamin, on the other hand, might be better in kind of like an analyst or another type of role that might not be so suited for leadership. And we might want to develop him because that's maybe one of his weak points. Then you're wondering about the different leadership styles that each of them have. Well, a lot of these you can see are strategic. So a lot of, like, if you look for somebody strategic, looking for Benjamin, Brad, Brandon, or Scott, versus the other one, if you're looking for somebody that's more a transformational leader, or looking for individualistic or democratic or opportunistic, that number one might be your bit better choice. But again, you can see all 5 of them just right here through there, and you'll be able to see which candidate you're looking at, what features you like, what you don't like. And again, we customize this to the need of the client, or to you guys. So you basically are just seeing exactly what you need. Like if you have like a production person, you just want to see what's he done, has he done production work in the past. If you're just looking for more kind of like a high level resume type analysis, we can do that. We can spit this out within 30-40 seconds and be able to get this type of results. So you can actually start comparing really fast, see what they've done, hire or not hire, done, and you're on your way. Where a lot of these other graphs are maybe more for like accountants or attorneys or more professional type people, HR or marketing type people. One of the other things that we like to do is we'd like to see what type of voice or what type of energy or what type of what were they going to bring to the organization. And so here, like the score by the clients is that we can see that Scott and Brad have a very good voice. So the way that they present themselves, the way they write, the way that they're doing things is a very good way of presenting them. They might be very good for a PR or a kind of marketing or sales type role because they're very front facing in the face of the company. Where Benjamin, on the other hand, you might not want to have him doing PR because he doesn't have that strong of a voice. He's using a lot of passive terms or not very assertive with himself. So again, that's kind of what we're looking to do. On the graph down below, the voice description, we can see, are they using active or passive verbs? Are they using different types of information? We can basically extract out anything we're looking to do, because through the series of tests that we're going to be doing through the psychology test, the hard skills test, the soft skills test, any of the tests that we administer, we will be able to see kind of what type of individual this is and how they're going to fit in with the company. And then we have like energy style. Well, Scott has a lot of energy. Brad has some pretty good energy, where Brandon has not very much. He might be good for like a production job, or just not really go out and really get it done. Where Scott might be a great salesperson and a really high energy person. That's the type of person that you're looking for. One of the key components for me at least is to see what type of energy flow they have. Like does Scott get worn out a lot? Well, from the graph down below, you can see Scott's energy flow is not very, outflow is not very much, but he has a lot of energy, so he can continue to go throughout the day. Where Brandon doesn't have as much energy to start off with it, but his flow is about the same, and so he's probably going to get worn out a little bit earlier. He might take more breaks, things of that nature. So again, you kind of can see how they kind of all fit in and work with each other. And then here we had different leadership styles. We have different leadership graphs and stuff like that you can see, like strategic, transformational, individualistic. You can kind of see where their strong points are, or really where they are the best suited for the organization. And going back to the employee score, what we actually do is we actually take the graphs from 2, 3, 4, and 5 and kind of combine them together and do some analysis on that and find out what type of culture you have, what type of organization you have, and then we're able to really determine how this person's going to fit in the company, how long they're going to stay in the company, all through organizational psychology and using data science as their backing, and be able to analyze that person and predict out how long they're going to stay with the company. It's really great, really amazing, and it's really kind of the future of where things are going. Now, one of the other things that we do a lot of is we do employee comparison. So here, we've actually graded a lot of the employees in terms of like their hard skills, their leadership style, their people skills, and their score in general. And here you can see the scores of the individuals as you're going along. And the great part is if you click on one, it just highlights that one, and you can kind of follow it all the way through. But again, the great part about the Power BI is that you can go here and basically select and filter on any one of these criteria, so you can see like which employees you want to look at, which candidates you want to look at, and all that fun stuff as well. It's really great and wonderful. So here, just on, like, if you want to just look at one candidate, you can see here what his hard skills are like, how his soft skills are like, and you can actually drill down into each one of these different tabs into their resume and find out where they're at and what's going on there. Here's Becca's, here's Bob's, here's Jane's. So you can see as they keep moving along, but the awesome part is that here we have like 10 different people, and you can just look at this and go like, well, I'm looking for somebody that has a high leadership of score number 2 and number 3. Well, you can actually go up to here and find out exactly who has the highest score, because now we're just looking at that score right there, and you can go, well, definitely Mike and Bob are the top, so let's bring those in for an interview. We're like, well, I'm looking for basically hard skills 1 and hard skills 2. So right there, now we're able to see exactly who has the highest skills here. Maybe we want to hire somebody down here because it's more in our price range, because we don't really need to have an expert or a subject matter expert in terms of that type of skill. Or maybe like this one down here for Greg or Bob 8, might be better suited for us. Well, what's their education like? Well, definitely we can see the education over here is a lot higher But this one's kind of interesting here, where he starts off high, but then drops off dramatically in terms of on his other skills. We might want to have a chat with him and find out what happened, see if the test just failed or something else happened there. So it's kind of interesting as well. But the great part about it is that we can actually go and view each one of these candidates and see how they're doing, time after time after time, and be able to see those types of skills. Again, over here, this is just another report that shows the differences between the employees. This has all 20 employees in here. We can just see their different skill sets, the different types of hard and soft skills. Again, this is totally customizable to whatever you want to do. I know these are just slanted down, this is just a demonstration, but these will be all going up and down and going all around and showing you exactly what hard skills or soft skills each of these people have. This is all done through, all you got to do is just upload the resume to our site, and then automatically this spits it out like 20 or 30 seconds later, in terms of how to compare. And once we get like a good candidate, enough candidates in the system, like about 20 or 30, we can start producing these types of reports where we're comparing candidate to candidate, and you'll be able to start to make your estimation of which candidate you're looking to do. And again, here's just another one. Here's this hard skills one. Just going over people skills, where they're at, and so on and so forth. But again, this is just an example of what can happen. We have like over 300 different classifications. We have over 300 different reports that we can generate. We can generate any report that you're looking to do, any type of skill or set, or any type of knowledge or education or anything like that. We have a data source of employees that we have that we can analyze and be able to bring to your organization and say, would you like to have any of these employees to work for you? Or you can also bring your own and give it to us, and we will put it into the database and be able to function it that way as well. So that's how you go ahead and read the Power BI or the business intelligence report. That's also how you go about reading the report in general, in terms of how there's multiple people. Again, we can add as many people as we want, or take away as many people as we want, or do whatever you want to do. This is be able to be viewed on like an iPhone or Android system, phone, or an iPad or a tablet, on a computer, on a projector. Basically, any source that has like a computer of some sort that can access the internet and stuff like that, and it has a web browser, we'll be able to show you these reports and be able to view them wherever you want to do. So if you're having a meeting, you can put it on a big screen, or if you're in your office or on an airplane somewhere, you can actually be analyzing the different candidates and be able to see which ones you want to have hired. Message your assistant, say, hey, bring in Bob, bring in Jane, and bring in Becca, and then when you get there in the office the next day, they're all there waiting for you, and you can kind of go forward. And so it's really a great way to automate a lot of this, because within probably 5-10 minutes, you'd be able to analyze 20, 30, or 40 different resumes. You can hop on our platform of how to actually communicate with the candidate, be text, be automated phone calls, or anything like that. It also takes that information in, also analyzes it and drops it into these reports. All this type of data is all stored in the cloud. It's backed up every day so that we won't lose the data, and it also will be able to analyze it however you want, because you could actually use this information and actually compare it to how the employees do like 5 years down the road, and see how they progress or regressed, and see what areas you need to give them more training, more opportunities, so that they become part of your management system. If you have any questions or anything like that, please give me a call, and I'd be more than happy to address any of the needs. I'd be happy to answer any emails or anything like that. And we'll hopefully talk to you soon. And thank you, and have a wonderful day.